Hi, I'm Matt Bashara. I'm one of the sales consultants here at Saratoga Honda. I'm here today to go over a 2022 Honda Civic Sport. All right, starting here on the left side of the car in the driver door, we're going to have all of our window controls. You're going to have power windows, you're going to have power locks, you're going to have your window lock button as well as your side mirror controls for your power side mirrors. Over here, you're going to have a dial for your brightness for your back screen, for your odometer and your speedometer to adjust the brightness. Underneath, we're going to have our button that's going to be for our Honda sensing, for our road departure mitigation and our forward collision warning. So from there, we can adjust if we want to disable or enable our road departure mitigation or our collision mitigation braking system. Underneath that button is going to be our traction control. By pressing and holding, we can turn our traction control on or off. When we come up to our left stick is going to have our light controls. We're going to have our auto headlights, or we can turn our lights on or off, or we can just keep them on auto like most people do to make the lights go on and off as the car turns on and off and as the sun goes up and down as you're driving. On the left side of our steering wheel, we're going to have all of our volume controls for your radio. You can control that here, as well as you can go left and right between your radio presets. When we hit the home button at the bottom, that will bring up all of our different options where we can bring up on our back screen our fuel range and average miles per gallon, our speed and time, our driver attention level, seatbelt alarms, your maintenance to track your oil changes, safety support, which is just going to be all of your Honda sensing, your car settings. You can go and customize your display. You can make it so there's nothing but the tachometer on the left side of the screen. You can pick up your warnings, and then we're back at the top at our range and fuel. Underneath, you're going to be able to see this is a voice command button, which we can prompt when our phone's connected to do voice command to be able to call or use our cell phones without having to pull out of our pocket or our purse. On the right-hand side of the steering wheel, we're going to have all of our Honda sensing features that we didn't go over yet, which are going to be our lane keep assist system and our adaptive cruise control. Both of those will be set right through here. So this button that we see at the top, we have to hit and enable, and when it's enabled, you will see the icon come up on our back screen underneath our speedometer. Then when we are at whatever speed we'd like to set, we just set it like, you just pull down and set it like normal cruise control. And if we are set at 65 miles per hour and we come up on a car going 60, it'll slow us down, and we can use this button on our left to adjust our follow distance between 4, 3, 2, and 1, 1 being the closest and 4 being the furthest. On the right side of that button is going to be our lane keep assist system. So when that button is pushed, if we're going at least 45 miles per hour down the road and our car picks up two lines on the left and the right, if we start veering out of our lane, it will start putting torque on the wheel to keep us in our lane. We can move over to our right-hand stick, which is going to be for our front window wipers. Up and down, turn it on and off, or you can pull towards you to hit the window washer fluid. Moving to the center, we have our full touchscreen radio. We have all of our options underneath where we can toggle through for our phone, our radio settings. If we want to connect a phone through the USB or an MP3 player or something of that nature to pull up, or we can hit this button to use our Apple CarPlay Android Auto. We have our volume controls on the left, and we have our selector and our tune on the right. This dial on the right will help us tune our radio to get to a channel that if we want it to set as a preset, we can just press and hold until you hear the beep, and it'll become our preset station. And you will have up to 12 presets on the radio screen for both AM and FM. Our volume is going to be here on our left, and we can also toggle through our radio screen with this button here if we prefer as well. underneath we're going to have all of our temperature controls. So we're going to have our AC and our heat. So our temperature, you'll see your temperature number will pop up here as well as in the top left-hand corner of our radio screen. The center dial is going to be for our fan speed, which will pull up in the middle of the dial as well as on the top of our radio screen. Or we can push the center of this to turn the system on and off. And then our dial on the right will toggle through and let us see which zones we want to be in, whether we want it to be hitting our face and our feet, just our feet, our front window defroster on our feet, or just our face. Our buttons underneath are going to be for air circulation, our quick key for our window defroster for front and rear, and to toggle on our AC on and off. Below the temperature controls, you'll have the USB, and you're going to have your 12-volt outlet located below, as well as our passenger airbag light. Below our shifter is going to be our drive mode toggles. So by toggling up, you're going to go to sport mode, or by toggling down, you'll be able to go to economy mode, which is a fuel save mode. Below your drive mode selector is going to be our idle engine stop button. So toggling this on and off will disable or enable the idle stop function. Below that is going to be our electric power parking brake. When we toggle up, the vehicle will turn the parking brake on, or when we have our foot on the brake and we push it down, it will turn the brake off, and you'll see that red light will disappear, or pulling it up will make it reappear, meaning that the brake is back on. Below the parking brake is going to be our brake hold feature. When the driver's seatbelt is clicked and the brake hold feature is activated, when we come to a complete stop and you take your foot off the brake will be held down so we don't do an idle stop forward roll. If we're going through a stop-and-go traffic or a drive-through at the bank, at the fast food, you will be able to use that and be able to take advantage of not having to either put the car into park or keep your foot pressed onto the brake. As soon as we hit the gas, your vehicle will start moving forward again. Here we have our key for the Civic, which is going to come included with our remote start. To get that to activate, we just have to hit the lock button and hold this bottom left-hand button for 5 seconds, and then the vehicle will start. That will work for up to 60 yards away, and it'll stay on for up to 10 minutes. This key is going to have proximity sensors, so when this key is within 32 inches of the door and we put our hand on the door handle, it'll automatically unlock the vehicle. Or by swiping these 3 little bumps, we'll lock the vehicle. With the gas cap on the Civic, when the vehicle is locked, the gas cap will be locked. When we unlock the vehicle and we push in, that is when it will release the cap to be able to open. And inside we are going to have the capless fuel tank. So you'll just put your gas nozzle right inside, pump your gas, let it pressurize, and then remove the fuel pump out of the cap. In the back, you're going to have a release lever to put the seats down for the second row. Underneath here will be your spare tire and all of your tools for if you do get a flat tire or need to change on the side of the road. Thanks for watching, guys. Please feel free to come in and check out this car and many others here at Saratoga Honda.